Hey, so today I want to talk to you about KISS and dry. So KISS is keep it simple, stupid, and dry is do not repeat yourself. And if you've been doing software development for any length of time, you've heard people, say that these are two things that you need to follow. I'm going to contend that maybe these things are sometimes at odds, right? Or they can be misused and they can kind of battle each other. And I think that in general, KISS is better than dry. So I put KISS versus dry. No, I'm going to change that to KISS is greater than dry. KISS is greater than dry. And I'm going to try and convince you of that right now. So this is TypeScript. I'm setting up a type called time of day. This is a string that can either be the value morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Okay, and we've got a function, greet with time of day. It's going to take in a name and a time of day. Okay, great. So look at this function right now, take it in, read it for a second. It's not very complicated. And just think, if somebody gave this to you to review, what's the instinct? Before you even think about it, actually, what are the things you want to change in here? Okay, so while you think about that, I'm gonna check Reddit, see if I have any cool cat videos to watch. I do. Great. If you're like me, you don't really like if-else statements, right? They kind of grate at me. I feel like they're just too verbose. There's too much going on there. All right, so how can we get rid of this if-else, 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 if? We can do that just by returning early. That might make things a lot cleaner. And we can do this with a Vim macro. So let's do that right now. So I want to go to the word. I want to insert a word, return. Great. Then I want to go down and back and back. I want to delete the word. I want to go down, back, and Q. Okay, great. If I did that properly, then I should be able to run it again, and let's find out. Hey, I did it right. That makes me feel very happy. Okay, so how are we doing now? Have we made an improvement here? I got rid of my else if. Have I actually improved this code in any way? So Prettier is making everything jump onto another line, so I'm not really saving any lines here. There's a little bit less indentation, not a ton. And it's not as clear anymore, I think, that there are only a few conditions that are possible, right? I guess it is a little bit clear. What I'm saying is this is not the automatic win that I assumed it would be. And then if I go back to this, this actually looks a little bit nicer. So maybe I want to leave the if else if. Okay, now the next thing you might say is, let's look at this. Okay, hello name, hello name, hello name, hello name. This is being repeated 4 times. It's getting out of control. Let's dry this thing up. Okay, so let's dry it up. So how can we dry it up? First, we're going to make a variable. Okay, now we need to think of a name for this thing. So what's a good name for the first sentence of these 2 sentences? So you might say, okay, well, you know what? Let's keep it simple. First sentence. Okay, first sentence, and then at equals hello name, like that. Hello name. With the exclamation mark. Can't forget the exclamation mark. And there we go. Okay, so now I want to replace all these instances of hello name with first sentence. So we're going to change 5W, and we're going to change this to first sentence, like that. Perfect. And let's go do this again. I think that's right. There we go. And one more time right down here. Oops, no, like that. We've dried this thing up. Is this any better? Have we made actual improvements to this code in any way? So maybe we have, because maybe somebody says, you know what, we don't want to say hello anymore, we want to say howdy, and you think, great, I only need to change that in one place. That's amazing. I've just saved myself so much time. But I'm going to argue like this is, again, way worse, right? It was way better when we just had it like this. And if somebody said you need to change all these hellos to howdy, then I would say, okay, let's do that, right? And if you're using Vim, it's not that hard. First try, actually. No editing. I got it on the first try. It's really hard to type when people are watching. All right, so I think it's just easier to read it as it currently is. You have them all in a row like this. There's another benefit that if the requirements change, right, and somebody says, howdy is fine for the morning and afternoon, but in the evening and at night, we just say hi, right? Okay, well, there you go. A little bit easier to do that this way. And it would have been harder if we had abstracted everything away to first sentence. So I don't really have a profound point here. I'm just, I find, yeah, my inclination is often to look at pedantic things I can change, really small things that are going to dry things up, but they often don't make a difference that makes a difference, if that makes any sense to you. And sometimes they make things actually a lot worse. Like the worst example I can imagine here of somebody drying this up saying evening, well, you're repeating yourself. So then here we can say time of day. Then we go there. In this case, we haven't had to repeat the word evening. We've just dried this thing up. And now I normally hate switch statements, but oddly enough, if you change this into a switch statement, to my eye, it doesn't look half bad. Case morning, there we go. Case afternoon, there we are. It's pretty simple to follow. I think I like it. Now, obviously, keep it simple, moron, and do not repeat yourself. Are not always at odds. This is a contrived example in some ways, but I do think that like it's important to figure out, like, if you're requesting a change, why like what are you actually trying to fix here, and does it actually make things better? Because sometimes dry is incredibly important. Sometimes it makes code so much safer, so much easier to refactor, just so much easier to understand, right? You can just kind of grok, you go, oh, I get it. I changed this one thing, and then this whole thing changes. But other times, drying things up too much makes them brittle, makes them awkward, and I want to say over-engineered, but it's almost like just poorly engineered is the better expression. Okay, thanks so much for watching. I really enjoy making these videos. If you have any questions, let me know, and if not, then don't ask any questions. I'll talk to you later.